You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
One thing, guys, that I believe is Jake Paul getting into boxing and not actually fighting real boxers is he's made the sport become a mockery. Jake Paul fought one real boxer. I'm not counting Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson hasn't been a professional boxer in like 20 years. The man's almost 60, okay? But it was a money grift. And I don't have any problem with anybody making their money. I mean, Mike Tyson walked away with $20 million. Jake Paul made 40. But folks, it was a huge draw on Netflix. It was so big, guys, that Netflix had massive problems with buffering. But when it comes to real boxing, man, I don't believe real boxers are actually getting this type of a draw. Now, I said on Sports Wars, guys, that the major reason why it got 60 million people to watch it is because of Mike Tyson, not because of Jake Paul. If Jake Paul fought someone else, it wouldn't be that many people. But still, it is what it is. It was a massive success from viewership. From a boxing standpoint, it was god awful. I mean, it was terrible, guys. Mike Tyson, man, he couldn't move. And apparently he actually had a knee injury. Okay. Also, he's 58 years old also as well. And I noticed, man, that he just ain't moving too good. And then Jake Paul really wasn't trying to fight him near the end. Jake Paul, about 10, 15 seconds left, he bows. Tyson had an opportunity to knock him out then. That's why I believe, folks, this whole thing was fake. It was fits. Now, thank God for me, man, I actually get on Netflix for free. I didn't have to pay for this thing. Okay? But we haven't seen Mike Tyson in a real fight since 2005. Of course, he had that exhibition with Roy Jones Jr. 4 years ago. And this Jake Paul fight was supposed to be real, but it really wasn't. Yeah, Tyson got the loss on his record, but what does that really mean? Nobody has any respect for Jake Paul actually having that victory on his record. Jake Paul has been fighting NBA players, MMA fighters. When he actually fought a real boxer, he lost. Well, guys, guess who wants to fight Mike Tyson now? I don't know if this is a joke or not. Couldn't find the video. But Evander, the real deal Holyfield. Remember after Mike Tyson bit his ear, they actually called him the real meal? I remember that fight, guys. I was actually watching it. Boy, that had to be one of the biggest spectacles we ever saw. That was actually Tyson Holyfield won, and Mike Tyson got disqualified. Now, I don't remember which round it was when Tyson bit Holyfield's ear, but Tyson, his head clearly wasn't in the game, and he really looked like he didn't want to be in the ring. Okay? And he bit Evander Holyfield's ear. That was one of the most memorable moments in boxing history. Now, Evander Holyfield is older than Mike Tyson. This dude is 62 years old. And Mike Tyson, one thing about Mike Tyson in the Jake Paul fight, he did show up in shape. I don't know what kind of shape Evander Holyfield is in. Chances are, man, he hasn't fought. I mean, his last fight was like 2011. He probably hasn't been training since then. One of my criticisms of the Roy Jones fight. Now, Mike Tyson showed up to the Roy Jones fight in shape. Roy Jones didn't look like he was in shape. He really didn't. And we know Roy Jones is definitely an all-time great boxer. I don't want to see this, man. I don't want to see Tyson Holyfield 3. I don't want to see it. Evander, you got the win on disqualification the first time, and then you outright beat Mike Tyson the second time. maybe Evander, being an athlete and high level athlete, he gets that itch. Maybe he actually got that itch after seeing Mike Tyson get into the ring. And a lot of people had a lot of respect for Mike Tyson going into that ring because they knew something was kind of off. But Mike Tyson has responded to this. Now, Evander actually talked right here about Mike Tyson's leg right there. And I don't even need to play this here. He did say, quote, "You can tell something was wrong with Tyson's leg. His balance is off." And it goes on, and it does talk about Mike Tyson having a knee injury. I knew something was wrong. I just thought probably he lost his legs, but yeah, it wasn't looking right. But Tyson did say he did have an injury, but he wasn't using that as an excuse. But this is what Evander Holyfield said right here. He said, the fans want it. With a boxing glove emoji, hashtag unfinished business, wrote Holyfield. Tyson immediately shut down any fight speculation against Holyfield. He says, "I love you, brother, but the trilogy is our friendship." Yeah. So it's interesting though, man, that Mike Tyson, man, has a good relationship, with Evander Holyfield, after 2.5 decades since he bit off his ear. He's really good friends. He's also friends with Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis, I lost money on that Lennox Lewis fight, man, because Tyson's prime, man, really ended, and he's admitted this. It ended in Tokyo when he lost in 1990 to Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas shocked the world. Nobody expected Tyson lose that fight, but Tyson did become the heavyweight champion again. He did. And also, he was old when he did fight Lennox Lewis. But I remember, because I was in the Navy, man, we were all at one of our shipmates' houses, and we put money on the fight. I lost money because I bet on Tyson. Tyson was still the number one contender for the title at that time, even though Lennox was champion. I remember watching that fight, and Tyson only won one round, and eventually got knocked out. But his mind wasn't in the fight business anymore. And now he's much, much older, man. I don't want to see Tyson get in the ring again. I don't want to see Holyfield in the ring. I don't want to see these stunts anymore. I really don't, man. I mean, we saw Tyson and Roy Jones. That was nice. Tyson was 4 years younger. Of course, he was moving better. Holyfield, definitely don't want to see him in the ring, man. He's way too old. Way, way, way too old. But this is what Jake Paul, man, has done to boxing. Jake Paul is 27 years old. Not a real fighter. Still actually refuses to actually fight real fighters because he knows he'll lose. He'll lose, man. Now, this whole Canelo thing with Jake Paul, that's not real, man. That's not real. I said it on Sports Wars, guys. Jake Paul would get put into a coffin against Canelo. It'll be full Ivan Drago, Apollo Creed, man, if he fought Canelo. But I'm going to leave right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.